Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to be editing this particular image and we are going to be talking about free raw files. I'll be showing you how you can get free raw files for practice and to post on social media. Make sure you like this video and also subscribe to my channel. So this particular image was shot by Amazing Clef. You can see the image looks amazing. To get this image or to get more free raw files that you can use for practice, just go to your browser and search for Dirty Studio. And once you search for Dirty Studio, you will see dirtystudio.com. Head to the menu section. Once you head to the menu section, you will see free raw photo. So just click on the free raw photo. You will see many free raw photos from different photographers, and this is the image that I'll be editing. This is the image which was shot by Amazing Clef. And if you click on the photographer's link, you'll be able to visit the photographer's Instagram page. So make sure you give credit to these photographers and also give credit to Dirty Studio. And now let's go back to Photoshop. So to edit this particular image, remember what I always say, you have to press Ctrl J on your keyboard to create a new layer, or you right click on it and select duplicate layer. Look at the duplicate layer here and you can just click on OK. And once we are done, the first thing we want to do in this image is to adjust the brightness. We want to adjust the brightness, we want to adjust the contrast and the saturation. So to do this, you have to just head to your create new fill or adjustments layer area and you will see brightness and contrast. This image looks okay, the brightness looks okay and the contrast look okay, but let's increase the brightness a little bit. So for the brightness, I'll just leave the brightness to be around 7, and for the contrast, I will increase the contrast also to be around 9. And once I'm done, let's head to the curves. So you can use these curves to also adjust the highlights. You can see what I just did on this image. I just go to this area and just reduce it a little bit. So I'll just head to create new fill or adjustment layer again. And the next thing we want to do on this particular image is the photo filter. So let's just click on photo filter and you will see warm filter. You will also see cooling filter. So cooling filter doesn't look nice on this image. It looks nice, but if we use cooling filter, it will change the tone of the skin. So let's just leave it to the warm filter. So for this warm filter, I'll just reduce the density to 14. And once I'm done, I'll just click on this photo filter layer, hold Ctrl and Shift and click on the background copy layer and press Ctrl E and you'll be able to merge everything together. Now this is the before and this is the after. You can see that the image has become nice. This is the before and this is the after, and we are not yet done. So the next thing I want to do in this image is to crop the image. Now to crop your image, you have to press C on your keyboard or you go to crop. This is the crop. You can use the crop tool or you can press C on your keyboard. So once you press C on your keyboard, you'll be able to crop the image. And let's just zoom out the image and also crop this area. And you have been able to crop it. This is how you can crop your image, the before and the after. Now I want to open my camera raw filter. And I love using my camera raw filter. Let's say most of the things in our camera raw filter, you can find it here. Just that I love using my camera raw filter because if I don't use camera raw filter, it used to make me feel uncomfortable. So to open your camera raw filter, you have to go to filter, then you select camera raw filter or you press Ctrl Shift A on your keyboard. And once your camera raw filter has opened, you will see light, color, effect, curves, color mixer, color grading details, and many more. So once you click on this light, you will see exposure, contrast, highlight, shadows, and the rest. Now for the exposure, you have to, let's say, reduce or increase it. So let's just reduce the exposure, and for the contrast, we already had contrast before. So we have to increase the contrast, let's say plus 13. Now, if you have watched some of my previous video, you already know how to use this camera raw filter. So for the highlights, let's reduce the highlights because there are already highlights on the image and the highlight is too much. We don't like too much highlight. So for the shadows are too much also. You can either reduce the shadows or you can increase it. So let's just reduce the shadows. Now for the white, you can reduce the white also if you don't like too much white. Then for the black, let's increase the black. So you can add more black to your image by reducing the black area. So once we are done with the lights, let's go to the colors. Now for this color, you can choose a warm color or you can choose a cool color, which is cold filter. So for this temperature, we can leave it to -4. For the tint, we can increase the tint, which is to add more purple to your image. Then for the vibrance, we can bump the vibrance to be around +33. The reason I increase the vibrance instead of the saturation is because saturation do spoil images, as in saturation used to give harsh results. So we don't want the saturation to be too much. Now let me show you. If I increase my saturation to be around 21, just look at what will happen on the image. It will increase the colors too much on the image. So if your image is lacking colors, you can use your saturation area to fix it. Now for the effects, I love using this section of camera raw filter because it is amazing. So for the clarity, we can increase the clarity to be around 30. Now, it's not in all type of picture that you will make the clarity to be too much. It can spoil your image. Too much of everything is not good. Let's say too much of everything, too much of editing is not good. So for this area, we have increased it to 22. For the dehaze, we can also increase the dehaze to be, let's say, +8. Then for this area, just watch what will happen to our image. You can be able to adjust this image like this. So for the texture, you can either increase or decrease the texture if you like, but there's no need of increasing or decreasing the texture. So we have to just head to our color mixer. Now for the color mixer area, we want to go to this luminance. The reason I want to click on this color mixer is that this skin looks somehow, as in there are too much highlights on the skin. I want to see if I'll be able to adjust it using this area. Let's reduce the orange. Just look at what's happening to her skin. Once I reduce the orange, I'm trying to see if I can be able to adjust the color. You can see what's happening. You can use this color mixer section to adjust any color without harming the other colors. So if you want to increase the vibrance or the saturation of your image, and you just go through using a vibrance and just bump the vibrance to 100, it will affect all the colors of your image. But if you use your color mixer in your camera raw filter settings, you'll be able to adjust each colors without harming other colors. So for the luminance, we have to leave it to -13. For the orange, let's just keep it to -13 because we want to reduce those light oranges on her face. So for this red, let's leave the red to be around, let's just leave the red to be 0 because we don't want to affect anything. Now for the green, let's increase the luminance of the green to be around 21. Then for the saturation of the green, let's increase it to be around 27. Now for the hue, we want to adjust the green also. We want to adjust the green to make it look, let's say, to make it look as if it is blue. So you can go to this green area to increase it and you can get beautiful kind of green. You can see the results. So once we are done with the color mixer, we can go to the color grading section. Now for this color grading section, you can use this color grading section to adjust the mid-tone, the highlights, and the shadows. Let me show you. So for this highlight, if you make the highlights to be blue, just look at what will happen to the image. All those light parts of your image will be blue. So for example, if I leave the highlights to be like this, you can see what's happening to the skin. If I move the shadows to be orange, you can see the result. The dark part of the image is just going to change. So we can leave the shadows to be blue and you'll see what will happen. So you can use this color grading to make your image look amazing. You can use the color grading to adjust your image to make your image look perfect. So for this mid-tone, you can adjust the mid-tone also to choose any color you like. So let's leave the mid-tone to be blue. The mid-tone is blue, the highlight is orange, the shadows is orange. That's why our color or our image is looking like this. So once we are done with all this area, for the details also, you can increase the details, which is the sharpening, the noise reduction, but we are not going to be doing it on this image. Let's go back to effects. I want to reduce this section because I don't like the result. And once I'm done, I'm just going to click OK. This is the before and this is the after. You can see that we have been able to change the colors of our image and we have been able to bring out the colors, to bring out the details. Don't forget, while editing your image, you have to save your image as Photoshop document in case your laptop has an issue. So you have to recover it once your laptop turn off or once an error has happened in Photoshop. For this image, we want to create a new layer again, and we have to create another layer. So for this first layer, we'll just rename this layer to be 1. Let's rename it to 1. For the second one, let's rename it to 2. In my previous videos, I always rename these 2 layers to high frequency details, low frequency color. But because of time, I don't want to just stress myself. So we'll be renaming it to 1 and 2. So for this 1, let's turn off this 1 and go to 2. Then for the 2, we'll go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Now for the Gaussian blur reduce, we'll leave it to be around 5. And once we are done, we'll just turn on this one layer and we are going to click on this one. So once we click on it, we'll go to image and we will look for apply image. Now once we go to image and apply image, you will see layer. So for this layer, we'll select 2 for the layer, which is this second layer that has the blur. So once we have selected 2 for the blending mode, we will look for subtract. Then for the scale, 2 offset 128, opacity 100. Just look at my settings, look at all my settings and do it in your Photoshop. So once you're done, just click on OK. And once you click on OK, you change the blending mode to linear light. And once you change the blending mode to linear light, remember you have to click on this one. Once you click on the one, then you look for linear light and just click on the linear light. So once you have clicked on linear light, click on this 2, which is the second layer, right click on it and select convert to smart object and allow it to load. So once you have converted it to smart object, go to filter, then look for blur, look for Gaussian blur. Now for this Gaussian blur reduce, you have to be very careful while selecting the Gaussian blur reduce for your image, so you don't get that black result. So you have to be very careful. Just look at the skin while selecting your Gaussian blur reduce. So for the best Gaussian blur reduce for this particular image, it will be, let's say 40 or 42. I think 42 will be better for this image. So once I'm done, I'm just going to click on OK. And once I've clicked on OK, you'll see a smart filter layer will show. Click on the layer marks. Once you click on it, press Ctrl I on your keyboard. So once you press Ctrl I on your keyboard, you have been able to create this perfect area that we can use to edit our image. So don't worry, if this process is long for you, you'll be able to get Dirty Studio Magic Retouching Pack using the link in the description of this video. So once you click the link in the description of this video, you'll be able to get my action pack. And once you get the action pack, you'll be able to see frequency separation action. So just play the frequency separation action, just click on it and play it, and it will just load to do all this long process for you. So once you have clicked on this area, remember you have to click on this black area first. Once you click on it, select your brush and just start painting. Just start painting on it, or you select your lasso tool. Just select your lasso tool, then you select the skin. So once you select your lasso tool, just select around the skin area. Let's just select this area. Then right click, fader. Let's select 33 for the fader. And press Ctrl I on the keyboard, and you can see the skin has changed. You can also use brush to do this. You can use your brush to do this. And let's just start painting on the skin. Remember, once you are painting using your brush, your foreground color should be white. This area, it should be white. So once it is white, you'll be able to adjust and add the filter or the effect on the skin, but once it is black, you'll be able to remove the effect from the skin. So you make sure it is white, or you press X on your keyboard to change it to black or white. Now you can see what I'm doing on the image. You can see that I'm very careful while applying this frequency separation on this image. You make sure your flow is reduced. Don't increase the flow while applying it. Just reduce the flow and you continue applying it on the image. You should be very careful also so you don't make mistakes. You can reduce the flow if you like. Now, if the effect is too much on the skin, you can go to this Gaussian blur area, double click on it and reduce the Gaussian blur if you like. Let's reduce it to be around 29 or 27. The reason I'm reducing this Gaussian blur reduce is because it's giving me dark line at these edges, and I want to apply and make sure it is applied at these edges. That's why I'm reducing it, so I'll be able to minimize those harsh black lines that I'm seeing on the image. And we are done. I think the skin now looks better. You can also reduce or increase the Gaussian blur if you like. Let's just leave the Gaussian blur to be 34 and I'll just click on OK. And I think the image now looks better. If you are done, as in if you are done with everything, you can click on this first one and merge all these layers together. And if you're a photographer that have too much works, as in you have many works that you cannot retouch, you can contact Desi Studio on Instagram, or you can contact us using our website, and I personally will be able to help you edit all your image for a very little price. So if you're a photographer in the USA or in the UK or in Canada or any other country, you can be able to contact me and I'll help you to edit your image for a very small price. And we are done with this tutorial. Thank you for watching. If this video was very helpful to you, subscribe for more videos, turn on notifications so YouTube will notify you when I upload a new video, and leave a like to help the channel out.